Welcome to the Fantasy Pavilion, your home for fantasy sports.
Welcome to the Fantasy Pavilion, your home for fantasy sports. This is the number one place for all your fantasy content. We do the research, so you don't have to. But wait, so you don't play fantasy? We have you covered with all your F1, IPL, and UCL content. So head on over to the Fantasy Pavilion YouTube page, like, subscribe, stay connected with us. We have all the content you're looking for. Fix that team though and do better. The last year you were doing shaky. But this year we're doing better. We're doing better this year.
Yes, guys, welcome back to the Fantasy Pavilion, your home for fantasy sport. We hope you're doing better this year. Paul, you doing better this year? Are you doing better this year than last year?
Yeah, a little bit better. At this stage, yeah, definitely much better than last year.
Yeah, man, big up finger, lovely intro as always. Paul, boy, game week 27, it's ticking just now. No football to watch. It's saddest time of the year. We have to, spend our time doing other things other than watching football. That's make me so sad.
I'll be glad for the break though, because honestly, boy, the amount of time and thinking and thoughts you had to put into this, the ideas, right? Especially with this upcoming game week and all the chips, yeah, is real critical thinking.
And that's it. Maths. A lot of maths, because that is why the title of the show is the calm before the storm. Because we have the double game week storm to deal with. And then we have Hurricane Blank to deal with. There's a lot. That blank grim. But we will touch on it slowly. We will get there. But it's grim. It's grim to think about. The match that has to take place. But we love it. This is why we're doing it.
Yeah. All right. Nice.
All right. So let's take a quick look back, Paul, at what went on last week. Quick. Of course, very interesting results, not just for FPL, but of course for someone that has teams. You all back a team in the Premier League, most of us. So of course, some very interesting results. Not some good, some not so good. Right? You'll delve into all of that, and of course, injuries. I think we should be accustomed to this by now, Paul. Every season, a random bout of injuries. Of course, we had COVID to deal with first. At first, it was okay. Not much people were getting COVID. Then, of course, when people start to get COVID, okay, well, not my asset. It's fine. I'm not worried. And bam, 5 of your key assets have COVID or they were in contact with someone that COVID, so they have to go through the protocols. Bam, we got over COVID. Everything's fine-ish. Now,
Suspended.
right, with suspension. Now, if someone's on 9 yellow cards, you have to keep that maths in check now. You have to see if someone's 8 yellow cards. That's a big start now. How much yellow cards someone is on, right? Then, of course, now injuries. Rasmus Højlund was supposed to be the next big thing. He was the most brought in player last game week. Injured.
Yeah. Before he realized he was injured. Yeah.
Salah.
And then the funny thing, Hee-chan, who ended up taking over as the highest transfer in there after the news that Højlund got injured. He ended up getting injured in the warm-up, right? But he was able to play. He continued. He played the almost 90 minutes, and then in the FA Cup this week, he went and get injured for good. So yeah, boys, one thing after the next.
And that's it. And so we definitely have to you have to leave room, but it's very difficult when your Salah get injured, your Haaland get injured, it's difficult when your Wang Hee-chan, your Brady might just have gotten injured. So Lanke injured and he's doubling. It's difficult when your Morris gets Adebayo gets injured for a double.
Puro injured.
For a blank, and he was solid. Estupinian fit but not playing all of a sudden. Right? Van Heck is benching him. Boy, but we love it.
It's like a carousel right now.
Right? An emotional carousel. Topsy-turvy.
That's open with the best. I actually, one little thing for me with my team, there's a position in my midfield, and it seems that every time I put somebody in that position, they get injured. So there's like a heavy position for me. So it was Salah, he get injured. That went to Easy, he ended up getting injured. That went to Jota, he ended up getting injured. That went to Wang, and now he injured too. So that's like a trouble position in my team, boy. I can't put anybody else again.
It's hilarious. We can laugh now. But I know we were crying behind closed doors.
Right?
Oh, God, this thing way. Now, of course, last week, one of the assets that has not been disappointing so far, Paul must say, big up Ollie Watkins, Douglas Luiz, he's on my fan tracks, big him up. And of course, I know some people would have brought him in. You know, do you by chance know his ownership, Paul? If you can check that for me by the time, if it's easy for you to check it.
I think it's 10% now.
Only?
Yeah, this is Douglas Luiz, right?
Douglas Luiz, yes. Okay. Interesting. Well, so Douglas Luiz with a brace, of course, Bailey with a goal and assist, something we love to see. He's in my fan track as well. Of course, Watkins scoring an assist, and McGinn and Ramsey with some assists. Of course, on the Nottingham side, Gibbs White goal, Niakate goal, Iwoni with assist, and Origi. Now, Origi and Iwoni might be people that we favor or bring in eventually. We will see. Maybe we might be desperate enough, but of course we will get there. But Douglas Luiz showing that he could do it. He could step in and put in a really good shift recently, and Ollie Watkins has been very consistent so far. So, of course, we really hope that the FPL goes be kind to us on these assets. Thankfully, they have been consistent so far. Of course, Paul, if you don't have Watkins by now, just give us your code and we'll play for you, right? Oh, I just lost Paul here. Because, of course, you have to have Watkins by now. Watkins is too solid an asset to not have right now. Must have Ollie Watkins. All right. Of course, our next game.
Oh, so you want me to go up, sir? I thought it was you. Okay, my bad.
We had Brighton Everton.
I thought you wanted to go.
We had Brighton Everton, and of course, Brighton. That was a tricky one again. Of course, Matoma was just back in the fold, and then Matoma got injured again. Very frustrating. You're holding on to Estupinian, but Estupinian seems to have fallen out of favor or something like that, or maybe the other guys in training are putting in a better shift, maybe. But Pascal Gross has been pretty solid recently. Dunk has been solid recently. So maybe some decent assets there. But of course, the blank is looming over our heads. Of course, Dunk Gross and then Bradford with the goal there for Everton. Right? That's another one, Paul, thinking that Matoma would have been solid. Matoma injured. Size.
Yeah.
Very frustrating.
I think Matoma out for the season. Yeah.
Yep, out for the rest of the season with a back injury. So that's I have to get rid of him in my fan tracks. Another player, of course, Rasmus Højlund. We were very excited, hoping that he could continue his very fine vein of form, great form he's in recently, but got injured. We had to, and of course, if you brought in Garnacho had no target, and Garnacho was off for some reason this game. So Maguire and Fernandez. We talk about Bruno on the show, to be fair, but he's just too expensive for what if sport. Not confident enough to bring him in for a consistent time. Definitely not. And Paul, you there with us?
Yeah. I there with you. Yeah. Sorry, you can repeat that? Sorry.
No, I'm saying Bruno. We spoke about Bruno last week, but he's not giving us. He's too expensive for us to put that.
He's not giving enough. Yeah, for 8 million, I don't think that's he's bringing back the returns you would want. Like he's giving you a return every now and again, but it's not consistent enough.
Yeah. You're getting
Yeah.
way more out of other players that are just about that same price point.
Yeah.
Disappointing for the injury. Of course, we spoke about Muniz, but nothing from Muniz in this game. Hopefully, he can shine and rise up in the other games to come. Right? But a big up Iwobi and Adama Traore, of course. That's not someone you want running at you in the umpteenth minute. No matter who you are, you do not want Adama Traore running at you in the 90th minute. You will get rolled over.
Yep.
Right? Again, someone we spoke about last week, Paul, it's on, of course, Jordan Ayew from Palace. Always, because remember we went through some bullet points of players to look at, some solid players. And Ayew was one of them, scored and assisted. Once Ayew is fit and ready, he could dig deep.
I know you definitely had an eye on Ayew.
Definitely. He could lift up Crystal Palace from any depths. Right, of course, big up Richards, defender, clean sheet, so scoring, always solid. And Matheus Franca with 2 assists, and Mateta with the other goal. So solid from them. Burnley once again struggling for form. And well, of course, no assists to discuss there. Not the big game on the weekend, of course, big because we were expecting something from Solanke or Semenyo at least, but nothing. But Man City barely getting away with it. Captain Foden, I know people called up Captain Foden. Haaland with the assist. Akanji, clean sheet and some bonus points. Ederson with 9 points. Right, so Ederson was clearly busy.
Ederson come up big.
Right, came up big with 4 saves. So that clearly shows that Bournemouth just need a little more quality, just to be a little more clinical. And they could have changed the outcome of this game. But so it goes. But obviously, Solanke. What's the Solanke update, Paul? You was telling me off here. What's the update?
I think one of the sources said that the injury wasn't as serious as was feared. So they hopeful he should play this weekend against Burnley. But we still wait on the presser to see for sure. But the last reported source this evening said that it wasn't as serious as they thought it was.
Thankfully. All right, that's good news. Good news. So at least good for looking ahead for the double game week and the other game weeks to come. The happy game weeks to come. Of course, the greatest team in London, Arsenal, doing the job, bouncing back from that terrible Champions League display 4-1, and the usual suspects. Of course, Saka scores. If your captain Saka was not a bad shout. Havertz scoring, Kivior scoring, Martinelli assisting, and Rice. Rice is on set pieces, Rice on corner and free kicks, and getting the best out of the team with the set pieces. But, Paul, is that enough to entice you to go for a Rice punt if you have no Arsenal players at all? Or do you just go straight for Saka?
Yeah, that's a great, because he comes in at 5.4 million, very affordable. He's on set pieces. The some of the teams that they're playing, especially this week, Sheffield, not good at defending set pieces. So, and Arsenal is rolling right now. Any number could call. I mean, Saka obviously is in form, but if you can get into Arsenal lineup with a cheap asset, that's a nice differential right there. Going the Declan Rice route,
So I just want to big up David Coilas. He's 10th in our league, hoping to push up one higher. A few guys have been DMing me and they're saying the league is very competitive, but enjoying itself. So I want to thank everyone who is in the league and enjoying it and participating. Thank you very much, again. Thanks for tuning in. You could always leave your comments, leave your question, or let us know what your plans are. If you disagree with something we say, if you think there's someone we're overlooking, feel free. We'll highlight all the comments. Thanks, guys, for tuning in on Instagram and Twitter as well. Thank you, guys. Yeah. So, big up Arsenal, big up Saka. Hopefully, they could dismantle Sheffield. Right? Next big game. Big one. Now, this could be a season changer. This could be a season-defining moment for my team. Right? Now, I have Bowen in my team, and Bowen is on the YouTube team. Paul, we talk about Bowen. For the last 3 weeks, you have been telling me to get rid of Bowen. I've been very stubborn, right? You have And I
And,
think
and,
that's
and
where we find our balance. Well,
this is after earlier in the season singing his praises and telling you to get him. Now, now I was telling you the opposite, get rid of him, and now he returned.
right. And
Yeah,
this is just the beauty of FPL. Sometimes you have to be patient. You have to be patient. And then sometimes you have other fires to put out. Bowen was not a fire. He's fit and starting.
Yeah,
Sometimes that's just enough, you know.
yeah.
We look
And
at so go ahead.
and the beauty in it, he's playing in that Blanc Game Week, the Blanc Game Week 29. You know, so definitely, yeah.
At least we have
Definitely.
one player, Paul. We have one player for the 29. We have one.
Yeah, one player.
He will need to score. He will need to score 6 goals just to.
Well, it's possible, huh? It's very
It's very
possible.
possible. It's very
Yeah.
possible. But you know, and it's not about showing off. What I'm trying, the point I'm showing is sometimes patience is key. Patience
Yep.
is key, and you have to analyze the player you're getting rid of. Am I getting rid of a player that's fit and starting? Sometimes the 3 points is a solid 3 points. If they get the clean sheet, you take that 3 points. That's plenty points now, given
Yeah.
the sudden injuries or the sudden send or someone gets a red card. So sometimes it's just good to be patient. And I just want to thank my namesake, Jared Bowen, for his hat trick. I am
Yeah.
now fighting up Paul in the 900,000 range there. Taking
Nice.
that. I
Yeah, you good to go there. You good to go. You need top 10%.
appreciate that. That saved my whole weekend.
You need
My
top
whole-
10% in the world, you know. Think about it.
Well,
Yeah.
I wasn't even looking at it like that, but wow, yeah, I wasn't even looking at it like that.
You think about it,
Right.
yeah. I mean, you have to definitely give yourself a pat on the back.
Yeah.
And
yeah.
and following up on what you're saying about patience, I mean, just a few weeks ago, people were, you know, how come Saka not returning? How come Watkins not returning? We ain't no points from them, you know, yada yada yada. And now, you know, if you kept the patience with them, they just bring in any points. They can't stop scoring. They can't stop returning. So you really have to have some patience when it comes to, especially certain players. Those players like Bowen, Saka, Watkins, they are game changers. They could switch it on like that. You know, so you really have to have
And you
patience
have
with them.
proven game changers, Paul. Proven.
Exactly.
And I've been saying that on the show. I say it again, like a broken record. Saka is having a terrible season. 17 goals and assists, you know. Terrible season. Because
And that's
Saka is
terrible.
invisible. Invisible.
I still don't understand what you're saying, but you are the Arsenal fan.
I'm an Arsenal fan. I can tell you.
Yeah, you will see it. But to me, I watching Saka play and it's like, yo, this man
Saka
is a
having-
baller.
He is a baller. He is.
And
He's having
and
a
you know,
terrible season.
and how young is he? He's 22.
Yeah, 20. Yeah, but thereabouts.
It's crazy.
But
So
the reason I say that Saka is having a terrible season, I will say it again. And every week I'm doing this. Saka, Salah, Haaland. These guys, you cannot give them a sniff. De Bruyne, you cannot give these guys sniffs. Foden might soon be one of those. He might soon slide in that. Even he might be in that category right now because only 1-0 they won. He got his chance, took it. Right? Yeah, these guys are, remember at the end of the year, these are humans we are banking on to do something every weekend for 38 game weeks. That is unreasonable to expect this from them. They are allowed off times, but that don't mean you just get rid of them, pick up Lash, and then you go chasing someone that blanking for 5 straight, 8, 6, 8. But Saka is the kind of guy, if he's not scoring a brace, he might get a goal and assist, and that's enough to trot on. Better than nothing. And Saka, and the great thing about Saka has to be injured really, really, really bad to not play because he has had an injury since last September.
Yeah.
And it has not been fully healed.
The good thing about what Arsenal doing lately with putting away teams, you know, is he going to come off a little earlier than usual? Normally playing a full 9. Now he could get a little 60 minutes, 65 minutes, do his damage and go and rest. So he's fresh and ready and ready to go. You know.
And thank you, Paul.
But just a little nugget of information. This food for thought moving forward. Of all the attackers, the top attackers in the league who have scored the most goals, you know, your Haaland, your Son, your Bowen, Saka and Salah are the only 2 not to have a hat trick so far. Every other top scorer in that top, you know, the let me say top seven scorers in the league have a hat trick. Saka and Salah are the only ones not to have scored a hat trick as yet for the season.
I like that. I like that nugget there,
So,
Paul.
so food for thought. I just saying,
It's
thinking
coming.
about that,
It due.
it could be due. It could be coming. And Salah injured right now, so
Right.
who's next?
It due.
Just-
And well, Arsenal playing Sheffield. I mean, I'm not
Yeah.
underestimating them. I just say, yeah, you give me some hope then.
And Sheffield last two games and the games are at Sheffield, and they've given up 5 goals in each of their last 2 home games. And this is Arsenal, who beat them 5-0 already for the season.
Yes,
So
correct.
I just setting us up for all, you know.
Yeah.
I just setting us up.
See, I like the setup. I love the setup. I'll take it. A familiar name that we were happen on for a while. Kudus was back in the fray with an assist. Emerson scoring an assist, and Soufal, of course, Soufal had to be him with an assist. And of course, Mope, Mr. Consistent. And again, another point we like to bring up on the show, Paul, sometimes fixtures or the result. Once your striker scored, it doesn't matter because Mope has been scoring so far. It doesn't matter who against, very consistently recently. And then Wisa got a chance and Wisa scored. So again, because I was trying to give some differential, propositions, and Mope is a solid shout. Wisa might be back on that list very soon. So just again, just something to think about. Mope very consistently looking for strikers, especially
Brentford another game week 29 team as well. So
exactly. That's why I'm bringing it up. That is why I'm bringing it up. And we have to. I think the free hit team selection segment will be very interesting because I would like to do something in a way that we look ahead at that as well too, because we have to think about that, because we have to now plan what we're doing, because Bournemouth not even playing then, and now we're gonna do we triple up now on Bournemouth for next week? I know I'm jumping ahead, but all that you have to think about now, because
double in 28,
right? But what I'm saying is we would have double up or triple up, but they're not playing 20. Just for those who do have the free hit chip, people that don't have the free hit or we've already wild carded. So it's very tricky. It's very, very tricky.
Or do you kind of play defense a little bit? So you play one Bournemouth, you go with Solanke, then you play a little 2 from Luton. Because Luton also have a double, and they have the blank in 29.
And they play.
They play defense a little bit. You take one position from each side or something like that. You mix it up a little bit. Because Luton also has a nice game against Crystal Palace, and their attackers have been doing well. I mean, they're giving up goals, but Doughty could be an option, Morris an option as well, But as we move forward, we will delve into it a little bit more.
Yeah, we'll tackle that. But it's a lot to think, and also every deep move that we make from now on hinges on it could affect 29. It could affect how much players that you feel in 29. It is
unless you decide to just free hit and
well, if you have provided you have the chips, provided that you have the chips.
Some people might even take this as an opportunity to wildcard, do the wildcard now, so that therefore you prepare yourself for the double and for the game week 29 as well at the same time.
Yeah. All right. I just want to take a quick look back, I guess, at the game week 26 team. So, of course, 58 points. Captain Foden, and then, of course, Bowen. That was the only standouts. And, of course, Watkins with 3 players alone scraped us to a few green arrows there on his side. So, big up those 3 players. Imagine that, 3 players. The beauty of a midfielder scoring a hat trick.
Good call on the captaincy, too. Good call on that.
Yes.
Yeah.
Right.
Nice.
Is it time to get rid of De Bruyne now? Omega fires. So I'm gonna put the big team on. Just like us teasing De Bruyne quickly.
Yeah, it's interesting because there's an opportunity to get a certain Korean. So I'm seeing a lot of people doing that move because City doesn't have a game in 29. Son has a game in 29. It adding up to that. And then there's some tough fixtures coming up for City as well. So And then you don't know about the playing time as well. You know, Pepe's starting him some games. He played him. He didn't play him last week. He came off the bench against Bournemouth. You know, and then played limited minutes. He got a yellow card, and then he started in midweek against Luton, and he played a full 90. So is it that he's going to get rested again this weekend? I mean, it's a big game. It's the Manchester Derby, but you never know with Pep. You don't know what Pep thinking right now.
And not just, and well, that's it. And I think that's what I'm hoping and banking on, that the magnitude of the game, of the event, is what spurs Pep to say, okay, KDB, you are starting. I really hope so. I really hope so. Right? So just a quick gander at this. Just taking a quick look. Let's we haven't done this in a little while. Let's take a quick look at the league and just shout out a few people. Let's see what's going on here. So at the top, we have Nicholas Gangadine. Then we have FPL Training. I know him very well. We have Wendell George, one of our panelists. Andrew Roberts, your boy, Paul.
Yeah. Big up, Andrew.
The Acryl, Emmanuel Boujawan. We have Andrew Edwards. We have Linish Priyan, one of our friends. He's one of our viewers and subscribers all the way from Mauritius. So he's doing well. Big him up. Kareem Muradali, and of course, David Corliss, who just shouted us out on the Instagram Live. Let's take a look at what.
And also big up Caps one time too, not too far off the top.
Yeah, big up Caps, and Caps normally in and about it, always.
Yeah, right there.
So 66 points from Nicholas. He is, wow, his overall rank is 494. Wow. Right, 1,716 points.
Wonder if he's probably top in Trinidad.
Yes, probably very high in Trinidad.
He's actually number one. Yeah, number one in Trinidad.
Number one in Trinidad.
Oh,
wow.
Big up Nicholas. Big up Nicholas.
His ranks, they're looking like a CXC score sheet. Most times, ones. Wow.
Yeah.
Right. So he went
binary code.
Binary, looking like just he had Emerson, so big shout there, Pickford in the back, Foden, and he went with Captain Haaland, I guess, to be safe. I guess someone in that particular rank, Paul, the safest thing is always to put everything on the Haaland basket, because they don't want that FOMO if he bangs and you didn't captain him, unless you captain Foden possibly, right? You really don't want to miss out. So I guess that is what he will do. Someone in that position, someone like us, will captain a Foden or Watkins or something, trying to get that advantage, the differential advantage, that gain, right? Nothing to cry about on the bench so far. So all the best to you, bro. Looking good, looking solid, very, very solid. Let's see what FPL Training did. 70 points. He's 1,001. So look at that huge jump there, Paul. Mm-hmm. Our number one is 494, and our number two is 1,001. Right?
He's not much points behind too, huh?
That's it.
Yeah, that's to tell you how many people, how close together it is up there.
Yeah, how competitive it is. He's third in Trinidad. And of course, who dragged him over the line? Same thing we just said. So he captained Haaland, of course, he had Bowen. So Bowen is what gave him probably that significant jump. Because he that is what probably saved this whole weekend there. Because without Bowen, he'd have made what, 50 points roughly. So solid there from him. Solid shot with the Bowen. I would love to know how long he had Bowen for. Of course, Foden and Watkins. So big up to the guys in the league. Thanks for making it so competitive and fun. Appreciate it. Really loving the quality on display. Really, really. And it's becoming a very difficult league. Because you can be first for how long and then bam, someone overtakes it. So I'm really enjoying the competitiveness. All right, Paul. So I guess it's a straightforward-ish game week. But the problem is, do we now explain to me, Paul, how do we navigate these next few game weeks? Because of course there's a huge blank. We have benches. We have only so much people to put on the bench, right? Most of us have triple City. Or most of us would have started bringing in a double Bournemouth or whatever. How? I know we should just focus on this game, but it is difficult to navigate and make your moves, waste your free transfers, or maybe think about creating a wild card, and when the game week 29 looms very near, and it is very tricky to plan
Yes.
for
Yeah.
because you
Yeah.
have a double. If we didn't have the double this game, you think that would have made life a slightly bit easier for the next game week? I mean,
Yeah, a bit. The thing about it, when you're looking at Bournemouth, you're focusing more on Solanke. I mean, yes, it's a double game week, and you want to capitalize on, or as much double game week as you could, but you don't want to you don't want to overpress too much, and then you find yourself not balancing out the team how you want. Look at the last double game week that we had. City and Liverpool, and what happened there. So I mean, although yes, you want to capitalize on the double game because you also have to look at your single game because, and you have to keep in mind that 29 is just around the corner, and you will need players for that, especially if you want to if you don't have a free hit, or you don't have the chip to be able to navigate that. I think that is a big question as well too. So yes, you keep one eye on this week, but you also it's tricky because you also have to keep an eye on the blank game week coming up just after. It's a very tricky situation to be in for sure. But I guess, as I said before, it's team dependent. It's what you have. So if you have your free hit, you can navigate by just saying, you know what, to hell with it, I'll just use the free hit on 29. That way it eases your mind, and you could bring in whoever you have to bring in. You could bring in your Bournemouth. You could bring in, players who you could keep your City players, you don't have to get rid of them right away. It's a little easier to navigate if you have the free hit and you decide to play it in 29. There's another way you could do it as well. If you have your wild card, you could play a wild card either this week or next week. That way you can navigate both situations.
right.
Have your gaming players and also have your players set up for 29. So once again, as I said before, it's all team dependent. It's all
Team.
how your
Right.
team is set up. If you have enough players who you feel you can make it through 29, well then yeah, by all means you go ahead and you save your free hit for later on in the season when there's another double game week. There's so many ways to look at it, but it all depends on how your team is set up.
It's set up.
Yeah.
That's the trick. That is the trick indeed.
That's the trick there.
All right, let's take a quick gander at the fixture, and then we'll just do our FPL plan, and we can just go through all the different topics from there. So, of course, Brentford play. So, okay, you are holding your transfers this game week then, Paul.
Yeah. I'm still not sure because I was waiting to hear the Solanke news because I'm an owner I don't have Solanke in my team.
Right.
I have Tony, Haaland, and Watkins. But the thing is, Tony and Watkins play in 29. So I have to see if he's playing. If he is playing, most likely I'll just do the transfer from Tony to Solanke one time and use my free hit in 29 to bring back all the players that I need. Because in any case, when I look at it, I only realistically have 3 players for that week. The game week 29. Watkins, Tony, and I think it's who else, boy? Flecken? No, not Flecken. Martinez. That's all I have. Porro is injured. I think Porro is still out. So I can't even count Porro as yet.
No.
So I'm leaning towards taking the free hit, so that would mean I would take a transfer. If not, I'll just bang the transfer, and the following week, have my 2 transfers to bring in double game week players for that double game week.
For that double game week.
Yeah.
All right, so that's.
But there's a lot to work out. Yeah, there's a lot to work out. Yeah. I think a lot comes on them press conferences.
Yeah, and that is why, Paul, every week you always remind our viewers, wait on the pressers. Do not make it. Some friends of ours, Paul, not calling names, wink wink.
Yeah.
Right?
Richard.
Right? Right? As soon as the referee blows his whistle on the last match, whether it be this Sunday or the Monday, transfers are happening. And then and you have to feel it because the person, the individual. You have to feel it because it's tough because you make these great changes, you're following the trend.
It's hard because sometimes you have a player you want him, and then to remember there's a lot of requests for him, so his price might go up, and you might not have the money. So sometimes you just have to take that bite and go for him one time. But
Yeah.
then injuries happen during the week in training, like with Hoyland. Hoyland is a perfect example of that. Solanke was the one this week.
Correct.
So it's a tough place to be in, but you really had to try and see as best you could to hold on for them press conferences.
Yeah, definitely. And well, I can say it is a lesson, is something to learn and to keep us sharp for the rest of the season, because they're dropping like flies. They're dropping like flies.
Mhm.
All right. So let's take a look at the fixtures really quickly. Or actually what we'll do it simultaneously. So I'll bring up the FPL planner and we'll look at the fixtures and see who we will bring in accordingly. So you could have the fixture on your end and I'll bring up FPL planner.
Yeah,
So
yeah.
do the team selection one time. So that way it's flowing. But what are your plans for so far? What's your major fires right now?
Poro, he's injured on my bench. I don't know if he's coming back this week or next week. I'm still trying to hold out on him. But so I'll most likely I'll just bench him. Estupinian, I don't know if he's starting. I saw he started during the week. He played and he looked good. He played well. He actually created the most chances for Brighton in the game. So maybe that's a good sign. I'm hoping this will be starts him. Also, yeah, I think that's it. Oh, and Wang is injured as well, I'm hearing, and he might be doubtful for this weekend. So he might be another one that I have to bench. But the good thing about it, I have players on my bench, so I might be able to get through this game week without having to make any changes. So
If there is any transfers. Yeah.
yeah.
All right. So, as we usually do every week, our game week free hitting, which is just the players that we think will be the best assets for this game week. This is not game week dependent on like the following game weeks or double game week. This is just the best players. If you're making any transfers, we are going to try to highlight the best players, the best fixtures to target. That is all we're doing. Just the 11, no bench, just focusing on 11, right? So it's not budget dependent or anything like that. We're just putting in players and trying to pick the best team going forward. So let us see how we can start this ball rolling. So the first fixture for game week 29, of course, we have a London derby. We have Brentford versus Chelsea. Now, of course, if you already know of been watching what we've been talking about so far, you know that game week 29 is a blank game week. If you don't have any Brentford players, this might be a great time to start bringing them in gradually. You could bring in Mope or Tony, even Wisa, gradually. Might not be bad shouts. I don't know what you think about that, Paul. But of course, this team selection we're doing now is just for game week 29, but it's not bad to just mention that, right? Burnley, Brentford, Luton, Nottingham, Fulham, Spurs, West Ham, Villa. If you have none of those assets, you can safely bring them in now. Of course, barring any unforeseen injuries. Paul.
Yeah.
Right? But for game week 29, game week 27, sorry. Let's start now. So Brentford, Chelsea. We touching that game at all? Who's the best assets from that game? And should we highlight any one of them for this particular game?
Tony still looks like a good asset. Tony is still he might have blanked against the last two games. Well, obviously City is a tough matchup. But the game against West Ham, he had a few chances. He was quiet early on, but he had a few chances later on in the game, and Areola had to come to West Ham rescue a few times. He still looks dangerous. He's still a big threat, and especially against that Chelsea defense. Yeah, I would take a chance on Tony for sure.
All right. So Tony's there. All right. What's our next fixture, Paul?
Everton versus West Ham.
All right. Well, of course, Bowen already there. For those who don't have Bowen, is it worth chasing
him? Yes and no. Yes, because he's there stalwart. He's a big player, but you could also get into West Ham offense like by getting a Kudus. You know, it looks like he's returning to form. Um, dare I say, I think the guy who making everything click for them now, who came in last week, Paqueta.
Yes. Yes.
Paqueta is a very good option. I mean,
Yes.
he didn't. I don't think he returned. I don't think he got anything in that game, but just
No,
his
not
mere
yet. No.
presence and his ability to create and thing, you could see West Ham was flowing a little bit more, you know, in that game as opposed to their last few games without him. You know, you could see the difference.
Yeah.
So Paqueta is somebody who I would actually keep an eye on, and not to mention Ward-Prowse, who's on
And
penalties.
let's remind everyone that West Ham are playing Burnley in 28.
Yeah,
Right? They're playing Burnley in
At home.
28
Mm-hmm,
at home. And then they face Villa. Tricky one, but still does not mean they
But
can't score.
Yeah, but Villa does give up goals. So yeah, definitely
Yeah.
does mean they could score. They can score goals. So yeah, if you're looking for a cheaper option, you know, I would say any one of those three: Ward-Prowse, Paqueta, or Kudus could be nice differentials for you.
So what we will say what? Tony could potentially be a hold and Bowen could be a buy.
Yeah.
But not much people have Bowen, but we assume most people might have already brought in Tony. He's in decent form. Right? All right, next question.
Even Tony himself is low, no? He's only like about 10.2%.
Only 10.
Yeah,
All right.
yeah. So he's a definite differential.
Next picture coming up.
Fulham versus Brighton.
This is a tricky one, man.
This one is
Yeah,
well, boy, this name I'm going on call here
yeah.
has been doing wonders for me. He's probably the most consistent player that Brighton has. He's a bowler. Pascal Gross. It's just he can't stop returning. Even when he just gets one assist alone, he gains full 3 bonus points because he's just the engine in our midfield. And then on top of that, he on penalties. 6.4 low owned. Yeah, definitely a good way to get into Brighton midfield.
All right, so Pascal Gross inside, right? Next week, and anybody from Fulham tempting you or nah? You're all right.
Well, you call the guy name the striker. What's his name again?
Muniz. Yeah.
Muniz. Yeah, he could be away, and I'd stay away from Fulham defense, but definitely,
Yes.
Muniz could be a good call if you're looking for that differential.
That differential, yeah, agreed.
Yeah.
All right. Next picture.
Newcastle versus Wolves.
Oof. Look at that one. Well, of course, off the bat for me, Gordon.
Yeah.
I don't know how you feel about Gordon.
Yeah, Gordon basically automatic at home. The game is in St. James Park, so I think he only blanked once there for the entire year in about 13 games. So yeah, these are automatic.
All right. So far, what's your thoughts on the midfield and attacker halfway for the team? So we have Bowen, Gross, Foden, Gordon, Tony, Alvarez, Watkins. That's the attack and midfield so far. Strikers and midfield.
Yeah, looking good. Looking very good.
All right.
I complain about that all.
All right. Next, what's the next fixture then?
Forest, Liverpool. Well, Liverpool injury problems right now.
Yes.
They are playing academy players, and they're still winning.
And still cutting tail.
Doing the thing, yeah. It's crazy, but I feel like if I don't think Salah or this boy will be back, Salah or Darwin. I still think Pep is holding them out for the following week when they play City. That's a big game. So I don't think you'll see. If you do see them, they might be on the bench probably for come off for a little cameo. Because remember they need to get a few minutes too. But I haven't heard anything yet. Maybe he'll disclose more in the press conference. But for now, yeah, Liverpool assets I would stay away from for now. I mean, it's a good matchup against Forest, huh? But the question is, who would you buy? Now, Diaz could be a good buy.
Yeah, but to add more problems, Liverpool, Endo and Gravenberch, right, were injured from since the final. So that's just more players. The injury list is Matip, Jota, Trent, Becker, right? You have Jones, just said Gravenberch. Thiago came back and then out again. Darwin Núñez, Salah, Endo, Szoboszlai. That's a full 11.
Yeah, that's crazy.
Full 11 with goalkeeper.
That is crazy.
That is mad.
Oh,
Jota just came back.
That the nice thing with that situation with Alisson, you can probably go for the keeper. Yeah, he's the cheapest player in here right now, 3.7 mil. So it could be a nice enabler if you wanna. So like if you're a wild card, you wanna I shouldn't say free it, but if you're a wild card and you wanna bring in a cheap enabler who playing.
Yeah, for real. All right. So who? Any assets from that particular one defensive? So midfield covered. I guess we could see if we have any defenders you want to bring. Not just in general. Who to look at? So Luis Diaz, solid. You said.
Bradley's looking very good. As a matter of fact, Bradley, with all the injury issues, Bradley is playing a right wing for Liverpool right now.
Correct.
Yeah, he's playing lovely pitch. Because Tsimikas and this boy is healthy, Gomez. So what Klopp is doing, he's playing them as his left back and right back, and he's moved Bradley up the field. And Bradley looked very good. He created a lot of chances in his last 2 games. So he could be a nice little punch.
Yeah.
Tsimikas as well on corners.
And not just that, but Liverpool conceding, so Gibbs White and Ewuni might be a good shout.
Yep.
Could not scoring as much as they might be struggling.
They're letting them goals, but they getting returns from the attackers.
Right. What's the next one?
So I wouldn't look for a clean sheet for Liverpool, but if you're looking for a defender, Bradley might be the way to go, and he's cheap too for points.
Okay, well let's put him in. Let's try it out. Why not?
Yeah, you could put him in and see. Clean sheet's hard to come by. So
yes, you can't look for that. Right?
So if you're looking for a defender, and attacking defender is the best way to go.
Yes, correct.
Mm-hmm.
Even Kwanzaa saved me few game weeks ago.
Yep.
All right, so if Alex Moreno, we have Gabriel. Anybody want to change out from there? We have Ariel in the keeper spot.
Who's West Ham playing again? Everton don't really score much goals.
Emerson as a defender?
No. I was thinking about Everton, who West Ham was playing now. That's Everton. Oh, you calling Emerson as a possible defender?
Damn, might be our
I still like Gabriel because of the fact that Sheffield give up a lot of set piece goals.
Yes.
And Gabriel is demand for set pieces for Arsenal. Well, he's proven that whole season,
Yeah.
So I would stick with Gabriel.
All right.
Who's the other defender?
Yeah, Moreno.
Oh nah. Yeah, I really know if I'm feeling
right.
now.
Okay, get rid of him eventually. All right. We'll get. All right. So we have Spurs Palace, another London derby. How do you see this going, and which players you think again Spurs playing in the blank? So if you're looking, if it's encouraging someone to try and get a player from this matchup here, of course Son, but who else?
Well, Maddison, definitely. Maddison for sure. He doesn't give you as much goal shot, but creating chances, especially on set pieces. Especially with Porro's out, he'll be on corners, he'll be on free kicks, he'll be on everything for the Spurs. I heard something about Richarlison, so I'm not sure if he could go there. And then his minutes might not be as set, seeing as Son is back. They have this fellow Werner, they have Kulusevski, Timo Werner, right? So I don't know if I would encourage you to get Richarlison, but definitely Maddison and Son would be up there.
And any Palace assets at all? Palace do anything? Are you, if anybody feeling jumpy and froggy differential, but it doesn't make sense, I guess, making that transfer if they're not playing in 29.
Yeah. Yeah, that's the only thing.
Son is playing in 29. Vernon is playing in 29. Madison. Right? So that's something to keep in mind. Right?
Yeah, I would that way. Yeah, but I suppose attacker. This was defense. Really, yeah, they don't really keep clean sheets.
All right. So we're still looking for a Moreno replacement. What's your next fixture?
Luton versus Aston Villa.
Luton at home.
No, this is interesting because Luton is at home. Yes, that's one. They give up goals, but Doughty definitely. If you don't have Doughty, he could be a nice call because they have the double game week in 28.
Right.
And then 2, they also play in 29 at home against Forest. So you could hedge your bets and go for a Luton attacker more so. But if you're looking for a player who could provide attack and return from defense, it's definitely Doughty.
But what about I want to throw a wild thing at you here, right?
Yeah, the man.
What about this chap right here?
Oh yeah. I didn't even think of that.
Because he has been pretty solid in save points so far. Right? Solid. And I think he could definitely potentially give you something over a 3-game period. You could get some solid returns from Kaminsky. I don't see why not.
Yeah.
I don't know what you think.
Yeah, I mean, you probably most likely might not get a clean sheet, but because they give up so many opportunities, he's definitely going to get save points. So, and a lot of keepers not getting clean sheets these days. Let's be honest. 20 goals sharing everywhere. So you want a keeper who could get some save points. Yeah, Kaminsky would be a guy.
His last listen to this. Played against Liverpool.
And the fact that he has the extra fixture is going to come in handy.
Exactly. Played against Liverpool. Lost 4-1. He gave you 3 points. Lost 2-1 to Manu. Gave you 4 points. Right? A few game weeks ago, 22. Lost to Brighton 4-0. But gave you 6 points. Drew with Burnley 1-1, gave you 5 points. Yeah, you're seeing where I'm going with this. Right?
Yeah.
So he has 3 games, as you said, 3 games coming up. Well, technically not 3, more than that. Let's say if it comes in a double. So, right, we're playing in 3 game weeks coming up consistently and has a high potential for save points. So if you're free hitting or wild carding, not a bad shot. That's just my humble suggestion.
Yeah.
Right? Definitely not a bad shot.
So
that could be a keeper shot for this week going forward, because especially now you don't have to worry about, of course, barring any unforeseen circumstance, your keeper locked in. You have a starting goalkeeper for the next 3 games.
Yeah. Right, so very good shout.
Yeah.
And a good way to Luton defense.
Great way into Luton defense. And you're not gonna say if you can see them, you just wanted to make 6 saves. You want to make his 9 saves and bag up some bonus points. 6 saves, that's 2 points and a bonus point, 3 points. Or he gets 2 bonus points. Let's say they win the game by a clean sheet. Just saying.
Double digits right there, play keeper. And you could see that happening against somebody like a Crystal Palace, who's one of their matchups in the double.
Thank you, Paul. That's it. That's it. It's simple sometimes. Sometimes, not all the time.
Yeah.
Right.
When you simplify it, it really does. Yeah, it does make sense.
When you break it down, of course, a next interesting one, Burnley Bournemouth, and of course Burnley playing our blank 29. So again, but I would not be so reckless.
I can't look at
I won't be reckless to do that. I won't. Right? But
I mean, maybe
doubling. Solanke might be a good shout. Semeno.
And maybe here, I could give a little shout out. I'll show a little love to, and I think you yourself show him some love last week too, Fofana,
Yes.
because he did put the ball in the back of the net, but it was offside.
Offside. So that's a
Yeah.
straight dangerous. And I'm
Yeah, he is
doing solid as well too. I hear the post. So
Yeah.
but they're not
He could probably sneak a goal, but nah, I won't take that chance. Son.
No,
Yeah,
no.
take that chance.
But the only upside is that they're playing in 29. That's the only upside.
Yeah, I guess.
Positive. But not with it. Not with it.
Yeah.
Bournemouth, of course, doubling next week. So if you want to start bringing your players now, and you could probably free hit for the 29, free hit 29 that's the name of that game week already. Some decent assets, of course, Semeno and Bournemouth, and of course Solanke, right? Solid players.
Tennessee as well too.
Tavernier, solid. Right? Some solid expect earners there. Big game for title deciding. This could change Arsenal's season. I mean City's season, right? Right.
Hey.
If
for this one.
If Man U could do the business, City's season. Sorry, I keep slipping there. Sorry about that. City's will definitely hinge on this, right? Because if Man U and Arsenal, City, I keep slipping there but if United could do something, if United could be this, the most united thing would be United to come and beat City after losing to Fulham.
I watch now. I'll be honest with you, as a Man United fan, I'm fearful. I'm afraid. I'm very, very afraid. Because what Haaland did this week, and how we've been defending lately. Let me not even forget about the game against Fulham that we lost. Even before that, we have been getting results and we've been winning games, and thank Højlund coming in with goals and we getting goals, but the chances just keep coming. And City is a team; they don't make joke when it comes to taking chances. And especially when they're in full flow, they've been having a little trouble recently. But that game against Luton, that could just be the takeoff for them right there. How Haaland scored them 5 goals. I am afraid right now. I'm very afraid.
And the thing is, I'm not seeing how you're stopping them, but it's possible because you're just funny like that. It's very possible.
Look, we drew with Liverpool 0-0 earlier this year, so it is possible, but
a smash and grab get happen. A Garnacho smash and grab. I taking that.
Yeah, I don't know if you have it in him. I'm sorry to say, and I know you want this to be it, but nah, I think this game. Maybe the game next week against Liverpool might be the game.
Definitely.
That is the big game.
That is the big game.
Yeah,
for sure.
Well, who knows? Maybe City overlook us and thinking ahead and
focus on Liverpool.
Yeah, probably. Yeah.
I want to big up Caps. Caps, thank you for gracing us. Caps, how are you going?
Oh, fellas, better late than ever.
Oh.
Yes, I agree. Fully agree with that. Boy, we just discussing tiptoeing around this game week, and then of course you have to think about next week and 29. Boy, how your team looking? Boy, Caps, boy?
Let me see if I can send it.
Yes, I don't know. Yeah. We'll love to hear. Because of course, Caps, every decision you make this game week
critical. This weekend onward, probably to the end of the season,
Yeah.
It's like a steamroller. Yeah.
Definitely. We now doing up the free hit team here. We're just looking for a solid replacement for Alex Moreno in the team there. We have any defender shouts?
Oh, defense hard, boy.
Yeah, I know. That's why you came at the right time for the tough decisions.
You have Arsenal already, eh?
Yeah, we have Gabriel and we put in Bradley.
Is Man U City playing? I can't see why not the one get a clean sheet there.
A little Kanji. Well, you see, I don't want. Not me, sorry, but this game is important for Arsenal. City. So we need City to concede.
We have a triple city already? No.
Yeah, we have double.
Yeah, Julian. That's the
No,
community team.
we didn't discuss Leaf. We didn't discuss Alvarez on the Paul. We keeping is Alvarez someone important for this game week, or can we go someone else for this game week? Surely there's a better replacement. Or we just starting Haaland. You must have Haaland right now. There's a big game.
There's a Haaland game, yeah.
Yeah, there's a Haaland game.
There's a Haaland game.
Right, so Haaland, Foden, Bam. Moreno replacement. I know it's tricky. I know.
Tricky. I just busy to the fixes,
Yeah.
Looking at the fixtures.
And that's it. The scan and figure out what's going on.
Free ATI technical.
Unless you double up on Arsenal, but I don't know if you want to take that chance.
Yeah. I mean, Sheffield could, because we could consider. We consider.
Who are the best clean sheet odds there?
I am. A couple players could give you a clean sheet this week. Well, you have the Arsenal, which is the dead obvious, and the City, I think, is the two most obvious, right? I think Newcastle could get a clean this week. Wolves struggling with the forward players now. So they have the ability, especially at home, to keep out anybody. So
Newcastle defense. I don't know why.
Yeah, against Sarabia and Neto, and I'm not sure why. And then Aid Nori popping up, Kilman popping up.
I just don't like how Newcastle defense looking lately, but I don't know.
It's not about shout. I mean, we like the wild shout.
That's why I'm still going with the analogy I made last week that Wolves is not a high scoring team because you see them score one in Sheffield, right? So we proved that. Everybody was saying 3-0, 4-0, 3-1.
Yeah.
Wolves is not really a goal scoring team.
And then on top of that, they lose Wang out now.
Yeah,
I think
so
Wang is good. Make it even harder.
So it's just one suggestion for me, and then you have the City and you have the obvious Arsenal.
But who you would pick from Newcastle? You're thinking go back Trippier?
For affiliate?
Just
affiliate one-off? Yeah, Trippier. For affiliate one-off.
Because you get the best potential for attack return. Even if you're a guy clean sheet, you could get access.
Yeah, just for a one-off. There's not a long-term thing. That's why I say.
Yeah.
Okay. All right. Well, and who are the best captain now? Not just for this team, but let's pick a captain for this team, but for the game week. Who are the best looking captains?
Saka for sure had to be there.
Saka the top. But if you had to go with three, I say Saka, Haaland, and KDB. Just for this game week. Saka, Haaland, KDB.
Saka, Haaland.
Also, Foden is an option, but I just always feel that KDB had more route to points.
Now, you think KDB starts in this game, Caps?
Definitely. Yeah, for this derby, yeah. For the derby, yeah. Pep don't play with the derby.
All right. I hope so, because I still have him. So.
Yeah, I don't have him, but there's a KDB game also. I just can't see. I see like Manu best defender, Harry Maguire out too, could be possibly out. So again, that's a replacement for a replacement.
Yeah.
I'll give you a wild alternative. Well, not really so wild, but Son could be out.
That's not even a wild shot. That's a good shot.
No, it's a good shot. I don't see a problem with that.
So that's Crystal Palace. They're at home.
Yeah.
Yes.
There's a wild Son playing a hole. So
it's a long time to see back. Correct.
People are getting rid of Wang, so you wouldn't be surprised to get Son.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes. All right. Let me just list out. So, all right. So this is our Fantasy Pavilion 11 pick. I'm still trying to find a name for this segment. Of course, Watkins up top, Captain Haaland, Tony, Gordon, Foden, Gross, Bowen. Of course, the obvious, you must have your Sakas and all that. This is just us putting the top assets that you pick for the game, all right? Of course, you must have Saka, Gabriel, Trippier, Bradley, Kaminsky. Of course, we know it is very difficult to make transfers this game week. Of course, the team dependent. If you have no fires at all, it may make sense not to do anything and just maybe hold one, bring in your Solanke with Semeno if you don't have them already. Get that double points. And then, of course, we get 29 caps. I don't know.
If you have no fires, I think you win an FPL this year. Because the game just just unstable. Everybody have fires right now. More than
Yeah, of course. Of course.
there's a lot right now.
All right.
I have Poro and Wang, so yeah, pressure.
Yeah, well, I practically
I-
also that Gabriel do have a defense.
I go just bench him.
starting or anything.
Serious.
Yeah, Estupinano start burn Gareth last game.
Yeah.
I practically do have a defense other than Gabriel.
Cool. All right. So, Caps, your team up on the screen. Explain. Take it away.
To me, just one chance, and that'll be Hichan. But it's for who? If I think long term, if I think short term, long term will be the straight through to the blank with you have your Douglas Luiz, you have your son. So they might be the obvious transfers. But if I plan to free it or something, which if you see from a team now only have 2 players for the blank, and 2 free transfers is what, 4, right?
Good.
So at best I have 4 or 5 players without taking it. If I take it, that's like -8, -12. So I may free it. So if I may free it, I might just play a little 1 week or 2 week punt on somebody with a high upside, which I still need to check. Which could be a Man City who have a good fixture. I can't go trip double Arsenal because I have the double at the back, which is a real bad thing. I would like to have a Odegaard or something this week.
Yeah.
A little punt now. Yeah.
Yeah, I agree.
So
I
I
have
may
it.
have to go City. Yeah, I may have to go City. I'm more than likely by free it. So that's why I say I may go City or I may go Son, which is
Yeah,
boring,
I was
but
gonna
it makes sense. Yeah,
I was gonna say that Spurs could be still a play.
boring, but it makes sense.
Yeah, although they're playing in 29 and you're going free it anyway, but
Yeah.
you know, even after 29 they have good fixtures too. So it could still be it could be a medium term to long term.
But if I think it's more long term to go with Son, and it's more short term to go back with a City.
Yeah.
If I feel like they'll just do it to Man U.
Mm-hmm.
Especially if I'm not captain in Haaland. I wish I might still switch to Saka. So if I'm not my captain in Haaland, I might just go with 3 City and whoever bag 1 or 3 of them, or 2 or 3 of them. And leave Saka as the safe captain.
I was telling Jara there's only 2 players who have scored a hat-trick in the top scores this year. Is Saka and Salah.
Yeah.
So Saka do.
So
Yeah.
just a simple decision as we go. I'll probably 70% towards the free hits. Because I know we're going to need a game with 4 players. That don't make sense.
Yeah.
That's why I had the free hit 4,
Yeah. Now, Paul, your team up on the screen. Explain.
Yeah, but you see what's going on. Wang Hichan, Poro, injury doubts. I'd already love to start Poro ahead of Stupinian. I don't even know if it's Stupinian then. But I feel I might just bank. I feel I might bank the transfer, and I'm leaning towards the free hit. So I feel I might just bank the transfer this week, and then next week, bring in Solanke and probably another Bournemouth or another Luton player, and just free hit in 29.
When you finish, because I mean,
I'm not feeling to waste a chance. I hate wasting transfers on defenders. You know?
On defenders.
It's not working out this season though. That's why I understand. Not this season is just not working out.
Yeah, especially a -4. Like last week, I take a -4 and I bring in Dalo, and that didn't work out at all.
You know,
trying to get 11 players now, and I could have gone for this fella from Wolves. I knew it was
yes.
Dalo. Yeah, and I ended up going the wrong route. So it goes sometimes.
My question though, as we start to wind down, what does someone who doesn't have a free hit or wildcard chip do?
Oh.
Well,
you use all these already?
Yeah, you have that scenario?
I know.
Not me.
Yeah.
Not me.
I know a person personally who has done that. And I told them, well, just try and see him. They actually have a good amount of players though. They are like 5 to 6 players. But if it is you have like 3 and 4 players, yeah, that could be kind of hard.
I take some hits.
Your best option is just try to get as much as you could in before 29.
Yeah.
So you have 3.
Try to feel at least 6.
Yeah, if you could get
Make sure
to
you get,
top
and make sure
seven.
you get captain correct. That's all.
Like what I would do, as I was telling Jara, what I would do is try to focus on Luton. Luton had the double game week. Get extra
Yeah.
focus on them. Get two Luton next week. But for 28, so you get the double and you get the 29. They have a good fixture in 29 against Forest. And then
What
people could
about
get
a
a Stanley
wild?
or a
What
Bowen.
about a wild, extremely savage shout of? So you don't have your free hits, you don't have your wild card, but what about an extremely wild shout to cover yourself and your triple captain Ollie Watkins?
For me, no.
It's wild
That's
for a
provided
reason, but
still a triple captain.
no, I just saying
That
you might
doesn't sound like they use
people
all the
might
chip
have
already.
used it. People mightn't have used it. They might just say it for Solanke and now Solanke injured.
But then you want that for the double. You want to
Keep
still
it,
on
keep
that.
it. You go make up in the long run.
You still need double,
Yeah.
right? So now, 34 and 37 to use it.
So we're saying 6 players should be enough. 6 players should be enough.
8 to 9 is enough. But if you have in that dilemma where you have no other choice, you had it.
And you don't want to take it.
Try and get you know what to do? Try and get the most popular players for that week.
Yeah, just try to.
'Cause if you don't have them, you have Son, Bowen, Watkins, Tony. That's 4 players there that
Yes,
you
yes,
have.
yes.
Kind of.
And that should, because if you look at some of the teams, look at the team I showed you just now, Paul. Only 3 players bang, and the others are 1-1-1-1-1. So if 3 players bang, or if 3 score a hat trick, or 2 are brace and an assist, or something like that.
And you call the captaincy on the right one. Yeah,
On
yeah.
the right player.
Yeah, you could still get
Your captain score a hat trick, and your other players just say a goal and assist each, and the defender 1 clean sheet. 5 players there, you're not bad at all. Because sometimes only needs 4 or 5 players to bang in a team, and that's it.
and you're good
But
to go. Yeah.
this time it's tight. All right. Of course, winding down. Best advice for the game week 29. I mean game week 27. I'm not already jumping. I'm scared already, but game week 27. Of course, it will tie in. We know it will tie in. But Caps, best advice for the game week.
Okay, make target the best players, target the because even though City play Liverpool next week, 2 good teams, they always produce some goals. So like don't let the blanks and the doubles play with your plans too much as you see the single game, because it could also produce. Solanke may only play 1 game next week, so don't mash up the team just to get the doublers. Play the game with the fixtures, and if you need to use the free at 29, use it. If you need to use your wild card, use it. That's what the chips is for. You can't predict the game. So you might be keeping your wild card for 34, 35, 36, and then you don't really need it. You might have 3 changes. Yeah, so just use it when you need to use it. The season where I played my best game, I placed like in the first 1500. I used my free hit when nobody used it. It was around December month. I had a couple COVID postponements last minute and a couple injuries, and I had like 3 players, and I used my free hit when nobody used the free hit. And I was only the highest rankings. So just play a game, use your chips when you need to use it. Don't use it when everybody using it.
Yeah. Paul?
Yeah, I agree. Use your chips if you have to. Don't try to get caught up too much in trying to get players for 29 who, as he said, try to get the best players in your team. And remember, it's all team dependent. Just look at your team, work out how many numbers you need. If you don't have the chip, try to see how many players you could get, for the 29. Try to get the more popular player, the most popular players, and just cover yourself as best you could. And also, as I always say, wait for the news, wait for the presser to find out. Don't try not to make the move too early. It's only 1 more day. Wait and see what they have to say about Solanke. Wait and see what they have to say about Poro. And then make your decisions based on that. But yeah, try to eliminate the players who definitely. So like, see if you sell a Jota, get him out first. Get out the player who definitely out for sure one time. Make that a priority. Attackers and players who have long-term injury priority.
Solid piece of advice, can't mix with that. Yeah, just look ahead, and of course, pay attention now. Sadly, Bournemouth don't play first on Saturday, on Saturday at all, because normally we get a very good idea of the press conferences, what's happening for those first few games. We get a lot of leaks and stuff like that.
I think you shouldn't rush to buy Solanke.
No, I think you have Solanke.
If I have him, but then you have no choice. Yeah, I have no choice. I keep him blame. Yeah.
You have to see him out. You have to see it out.
But if you don't have him, don't rush to buy him.
Yeah. No, but they should have something. They should have something. They won't have anything tomorrow.
But that would be like the manager go say maybe or something. He never tell it directly. Yeah.
Nothing definite. Correct. Exactly that, Caps.
But the last thing I heard something today on Twitter from one of these sources. They said that it's not as serious as they.
But that doesn't mean you're playing weekend.
But they say he may play, so it's still a 50-50 chance.
You see, what I find strange is that they said for a knee scan or MRI, that's something serious, and then you'll magically play the next few days, so they might just rest. Yeah.
I found that I was same. I think it was in a group with Jared. I was saying that I was like, why, if it's not that serious, why send them for MRI? That song in real serious, So I know.
So yeah.
So that's why I feel like I will bang my chance. I wouldn't rush and get Solanke.
Yeah, I wouldn't rush to get him.
Tony could well bank against.
I have no fear against Tony with Chelsea. Yeah.
He could actually hold this week.
Yeah. And that's when he does hold. He does hold when nobody have him.
Yeah. True. Yeah, exactly.
And of course, guys, don't forget to click that save button. There are only a few more game weeks left. Critical time. You do not want to make any mistakes or have any lapse in judgment. Stay focused. And don't stress out too much. Right, take it game week by game week. And of course, just pay attention to the trends. So you have Twitter, you have YouTube, you have us, you have a lot of content you can digest and to help you guide and make a decision. Of course, follow your gut. Your gut tell you to bring in Aid Nuri. Your gut tell you to bring in Sufal. Your gut tell you to go for Dingra. Do it. You just never know. Do it. You want to hold on to that player from since game week 1? Do it. It may pan out. You never know. Yeah. But dash out your fires as early as possible and try to be patient as well with some of the key boss assets like your Haaland, your Sakas and whatnot who are fit. Keep them. It doesn't make sense selling them and going for someone that bam, they get your next game because something happens. Stick with the Mr. Consistent, all right? And well, of course, we hope you stick with us. We hope that you like, share, subscribe. Of course, continue to send your comments and let us know what you think. Interact with us on Twitter and Instagram. And we'll see you all in the next one. Of course, we have F1 content yesterday. You can go check it out. The league code is in the video from yesterday. You have 13 hours to make your F1.
I'll do that now.
Caps, you have 13 hours, so those stick. I'll do that now. Right? Paul, I don't know if you play F1, you can take a truck if you want help. Let me know. It's fun. Right? Not too difficult. Not as stressful as FPL. It's very straightforward. Right? Your asset crash or end crash. That's it. Full stop.
You get points, you get minus.
Yes, it. Simple. It's real, but it's fun. It's real fun, especially if you start watching the races.
I might double.
No person, but I must plug it in there. I must plug in there.
FPL is me so tired, but I fed up.
You start with like I'm not taking it light. I'm not enjoying it.
Yeah.
I just want to big up Sinoy from Venezuela. He has been keeping in touch with us from since the AFCON days, AFCON tournament. So thanks for coming through. Hey, Venezuela, big country, so send some subscribers our way if you want to come on. My Spanish, Piquito Espanol, you could come on. We can have a chat.
We got translate.
Live in Venezuela. So, Caps, you speak?
No, slight, but I say we got a translator for him. No problem.
Yeah. But big up. So I just want to thank everyone for watching. Thanks for all the support. And now, Green Arrows, guys. We hope your captain score a trick. You keep a clean sheet. And we hope that you get no injuries. I think that's the best thing we can wish for everybody now. We hope you don't get any injuries. Right? Remember, Paul, we've been there. You want your opponent, you want something to happen to this player. who right behind in the mini league. But this time we'll be that. Or at least his player don't come on. Right? Not so Savage as injured.
Who we have sabotaging it?
I celebrate that KDB yellow card, but
Somebody have Jared Allen.
Nah, somebody in the
Listen,
league. Somebody in the league.
I wish
I'll
just keep KDB and if I keep KDB and he played I'd get positive 1 point. If I take a minus she for one. Last minute.
Serious was shocked.
No, I only played one because I saw KDB was benched now. So I was like, he might get some points this game. Let me just make it switch. That was I should have just get played. And I say transfer and I
save your points.
We have a quick question here, taking it, no problem. Which of the following midfielders should I sell? From Wang Hee-chan, Neto, Ayew, and who should I bring? Well, if it goes as sellers, Wang Hee-chan for sure. It definitely want to hold Ayew. Ayew in a decent vein of form.
You're selling Wang Hee-chan because he's the one who's not going to play.
Yeah. He's not playing at all. And I will say, try and look for someone that's playing in 29. I guess that's healthier.
He have money.
Yeah. Money. But it's of course team dependent.
If you have money in the bank, you can buy anybody for one.
Yeah, you can buy a Bowen. You can bring
you can buy a Spurs.
Spurs asset. Son. Yeah.
The one thing is that because if you have much money, you can still get
Madison. How much is Madison these days?
7 something those days.
Right.
Not 7.9.
Yeah.
7.9.
I have this fella Kulu. We have plenty
from
options.
West Ham playing.
Kulusevski.
Oh, Kulusevski. Sorry, from Spurs. Yes.
You have who else playing that week? Well, they won't go to any Brentford. They won't go to any
You could go
Douglas Luiz, Bailey.
Or Bailey.
Plenty options.
Bailey, Luiz, yeah.
Plenty options.
Ward-Prowse, Kudus. You wanna try it?
Yeah, I hope that was helpful. In a way, let us know. I hope that was helpful. Yeah. It's have the players there, and then you can DM me on Instagram as normal. But yeah, but I will definitely hold if this is a buy sell hold thing, hold Neto, hold Ayew, and you can sell Wang Hee-chan. He's injured, so hold those two, and you can. Or if it's a free hit team and it's all three trying to replace, so we just give you 3.
You have numerous choice.
If it's a wild card, then right, yeah, we could ring it up again. You have Spurs assets, so again, Son, Kulusevski, right? Richarlison
is fit, yeah.
If he's fit. There's no midfielders really from Brentford, so it's more strikers, so we won't do that, right?
Yes.
Of course, Brentford again, no midfielder. I guess Tavernier or maybe Clive, but I won't do that. That's still not solid. So the best team to tackle is West Ham or Villa. You have Douglas Luiz, you have Bailey.
West Ham. If you want to go
West Ham, Bowen.
If you want to go less explosive, but 3 games, Barkley.
Barkley, 3 games. Yeah. Not a bad shout. Not a bad shout. Right? Hope that was helpful this man. Thanks for the question. All right, guys. So of course, happy picking. May you all get green arrows and may your team be fit and may you be able. We'll see you all in the next one. Of course, you have a double game week next week to tackle, and then we have the blank game week. Very exciting stuff for the Premier League season. All right. That's what we're trying to find out. The press conferences tomorrow, hopefully, so we'll find out if he's fit. But hold on to him. If you have him, hold on to him. Don't make sense selling him because he might. You never know. The reports wasn't as bad as really first thought. So it might be that he might get 1 game. He definitely mightn't play the 2 games. So if you're frightened, don't have him. Maybe some men.
I think the most likely scenario is he rests this week and he played the double.
And
most likely.
I feel that's
right. So he might play. He may not play this game week, but he may play the full double. That's a scenario.
Yeah. So wait. If you do have him, we don't buy him just yet.
Yeah. Don't rush it. Yeah. All right. I want to thank Paul, thank Caps, thanks Snowy, thanks everyone on Instagram that interacted. Please, guys, like, share, subscribe. We need the likes, help to try and keep up with the algorithm so we could keep doing this for many years to come and that we could travel and go other places and do this for you to bring you all the best content. Thank you for your patience. Thank you for all your support and keeping us on YouTube. Have a great night and a great weekend. Happy picking. Take care.